Okay, so I think we are almost ready to roll here. So we're currently live streaming, and I want to send folks who are watching the live stream to this new streaming address. So let me see if I can figure that out. All right. So I've got that. Sorry, gang. Hang with me a second. We're trying to be nimble. Okay, so I need. Oh my gosh. Sorry. This is gonna make me crazy. New window. So we're a little behind schedule, but we're gonna try and redirect everybody to our new location. And so I'm just gonna talk you through what I'm doing. So I'm going to the.
And everyone here can hear, right? You don't need me to interpret?
Correct.
No one here needs me to interpret?
Yes, that's great. Thank you, though.
So cool to see, though.
Okay, so I'm putting the announcement into the original one, and I'm going to put it into the comments on the original link as well. And hopefully that gets people here.
Do you know how many people were on the original one?
I can tell you in a minute. 2 people at the moment. So looks like people at the moment. So okay. So I just heard myself, so I just paused myself. Okay, so I think we're going to go ahead and get started, and then we're just going to try and go with it as best we can here. So welcome, everybody. So I'd like to start off this with some introductions. So my name is Linda Judah, and I am a candidate for the Petaluma City School Board. So, bienvenidos. Mi nombre es Linda Judah y soy candidata para la Junta Escolar de Petaluma. With me today, I have Avery Reed. So, permítame presentarle a mi gerente de campaña, Avery Reed. So, Avery is our campaign manager. Hi, Avery.
Hi, Linda.
And I'd also like to introduce Jessica Spano. Jessica is a young person who is very interested in social justice, so she's going to be saying a few words in a moment. So Jessica es una joven interesada en la justicia social. And we also have with us Jennifer Jacobs, who will be interpreting for us with American Sign Language. So thank you very much, Jennifer, for being here with us. So we're excited about this campaign, and we have 4 issues that we're going to share with you today of the reasons that got me excited about getting involved in the school board. And so we'll get going on that. The other thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that people know that this campaign is really needing everybody to join us. And so as we go throughout the program today, we're going to be asking folks to go to our website, which is electlindajudah.com. And if you go there while we're doing this live stream and you hit the donate button or you fill out the form to join us, we have these beautiful campaign t-shirts. And so we'll be giving away some of those to our supporters. So again, if you would like to have a chance at winning a t-shirt, you want to go to our website and you want to click donate and donate to our campaign. That helps us get the word out to all of our supporters. And we also would love folks to join our campaign, volunteer to host a house party or things like that. So, también, por favor, visite nuestro sitio web de campaña y haga clic en el botón español. Publicaremos una transcripción en español de esta transmisión en vivo dentro de las 24 horas posteriores al evento. So we're going to be trying to include as many people as possible in this conversation. So we have some videos and testimonials in Spanish as well as English. We have subtitled videos as well, so that hopefully as many people as possible can participate and find out what's going on. So again, if you want to win one of these awesome t-shirts and support our campaign, please visit our website, electlindajudah.com, and click donate, fill out the form, and join us.
Awesome.
All right. So what do you think, Avery? Shall we talk about our issues?
I think that's a great idea. So as Linda mentioned earlier, this campaign has 4 main issues. So I'm going to hand it back to you, Linda, if you want to address your first issue and explain what that means to you.
Perfect. All right. So the first issue is accessibility and accountability. And there's kind of 2 pieces to this one. And the first bit is that I would like more Petalumans to have access to our school board. So I would like to see as many people as possible participating in the governing of our schools. And so one of the challenges I've seen is that not only is our school board room small, it's not very centrally located. And the meetings are in the evening when a lot of folks are either still working or they're home trying to feed the kids. And so it makes it really difficult for people to participate. There is Spanish translation that's available if the folks know in advance that you're coming, but it's not readily available. They have in the past broadcast on like a public TV station, but I'm not really sure who all watches public TV. Now, what we've seen with COVID-19, and the school board has gone to holding their board meetings using Zoom and live streaming, and that has really allowed a lot more people to join in and participate. So I would be proposing that we continue to use those types of live streaming platforms because it really allows a lot more people to participate. The other part to this accessibility is that within the classrooms too, I think that I would like to see our school district do more to make our classrooms more welcoming and accessible to more students. And so that's really what that first issue is all about. So what do you think, Avery? Shall we hear from some testimonials from folks who feel strongly on that particular
Let's do it. Let's
video?
hear from them.
All right, let's do it. So let's hear from Rosa Chávez.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Soy Rosa Chávez y estoy aquí para apoyar a Linda Judah para candidata de la mesa directiva escolar de la ciudad de Petaluma, Petaluma City School Board. Linda y yo hemos sido colegas en el campo educativo por varios años. También soy madre de 2 hijas que asisten a escuelas en el distrito de la ciudad de Petaluma. Debido a mis horarios obligatorios como madre y como maestra, no he podido asistir muchas juntas de la mesa directiva escolar, pero sé que no soy la única. Efectivamente, la mesa directiva no puede escuchar de padres como yo que comparten mi situación. Por ejemplo, mis 2 hijas han tenido experiencias con el racismo en sus escuelas. Yo siento que la situación no fue manejada adecuadamente y mis hijas comparten un miedo o un temor de hablar contra el racismo. Me gustaría saber cuando temas como estos serán discutidos durante las juntas de la mesa directiva escolar. Y más que nada me gustaría saber que allí existe gente como Linda Judah que también comparten mis preocupaciones y están dispuestos a hacer cambios para mejorar la situación. Ella evalúa la comunicación clara y disponible a nuestra comunidad entera. Linda está dispuesta a que la mesa directiva escolar sea más accesible a nuestras familias en ofreciendo espacios para las juntas que sean más inclusivos para que todas nuestras familias puedan asistir y ser parte del proceso de tomar decisiones. Linda será una fuerte adición a nuestra mesa directiva. Únase a mí y apoyemos a Linda Judah para la mesa directiva escolar de la ciudad de Petaluma City Schools Board.
All right. So what Rosa, I didn't have a chance to edit her video to add the subtitles, but effectively what she was saying is that her own children have experienced episodes of racism in our schools. And so these are the kinds of topics that she would be interested in hearing. What is our board doing about it? She's also said how she's known me for a while. She and I are both educators. And so she's the kind of parent I was just talking about. So she's the kind of parent who she works full time as a teacher. She's got 2 students of her own. So she's not been able to attend board meetings. And so she would really like to have more access to those board meetings so that she could be part of that conversation. I've got one more testimonial that I can share here. And this one is from Dr. Dennis Kosake, who has also known me. And so let's see what Dennis has to say.
Hi, I'm Dennis Kosake, candidate for City Council, and I'm here today to ask you to vote for Linda Judah for the Petaluma City School District Board. I've known Linda for about 5 years now and can vouch for her as a scientist, teacher, parent, friend, and human being. I've worked with her when she advised the Petaluma High School HOSA group, that's Health Occupation Students of America, and I was advising the Casa Grande High School HOSA group. I've seen her interact with her students and with her own daughter. I've seen her classroom and remember being inspired and comfortable. I've seen her host a meet and greet for me at her home when I ran for City Council 2 years ago, and I've watched the way she treats people at school, in her home, and in the street. Linda has all the right qualities for service on a school board. She is a humble listener that takes the floor confidently when it is her turn. She is dedicated to improving the school experience for students and parents. She works well and is flexible with others. She wants to make it easy for everyone with interest to attend school board meetings. She wants to center anti-racism, equity, and inclusion for all. And she doesn't just talk of social justice. We have also worked together on the North Bay Rapid Response Network as legal observers and accompanying refugees. She wants to not just teach civic engagement, but to have students get their hands dirty applying it. And she understands and says all policy is health policy. I'm into change, and I'm running for change in city government. I think Linda is as well, and she absolutely deserves your vote for school board. Thanks.
All right. So
Awesome.
wow.
That was a wonderful endorsement. So I would just like to ask you all after that last issue, which is accessibility and accountability by the board. Linda would hold the board accountable and make sure that all of the issues that the board is talking about are accessible to the citizens of Petaluma and their children. So I would just like to take this time to ask all of you watching if that moved you at all, and if you find that that is one of the crucial issues facing the city of Petaluma and the students of Petaluma, please head on over to electlindajudah.com and fill out a form, sign up to host a house party, help get Linda elected, because if you do, that issue will be prioritized, and that is something that we can promise as a campaign. So make sure you head on over to the website, give us some money, help make this campaign a possibility to continue, and help get Linda elected. Awesome. So with that, We are going to head to our second issue. I'm going to hand it back to Linda, and you can address that issue.
Great. So thanks, Avery. So this next issue, number 2, is addressing systemic racism. And so for this one, I invited in Jessica Spano. So Jessica is a student at Petaluma City Schools, and she's someone who has been active and engaged on this particular issue locally. So I've known Jessica as her teacher, and then also found out she and I were both attending the same protests here in town as we were all kind of marching from Walnut Park down to the police station to really call out in this moment where there's a lot of attention on these issues of police violence and systemic racism that's really crippling us in so many ways. And so I wanted to bring in Jessica's voice because it really has been the young people who've been leading this particular conversation. And one of the things that is really important to me is to make sure that we are centering those young voices. So Jessica, would you share with us just briefly what it is that really drew you to become active and engaged in this particular issue?
Hi. So I think the main reason why I wanted to stay engaged into this particular issue is, yes, because our generation, I believe, will be the ones to make change, because all of the things that have happened have now been documented into our history books. And if you take APUSH or any advanced history classes, you'll learn about a lot of social injustices that you might observe in your normal day-to-day conversation. And I've also had people normalize racism as I grew up, and I never realized it until this year. And that's why I'm on this matter now, because I want in the next 10, 20 years to know that I did something about it and I said something, because silence is violence. And when you are silent about a matter, you're not doing anything about it, and you're allowing those matters to continue. And I believe that systematic racism is the main reason why these things get along. Like, it just kind of happens and no one addresses it. There are many students who are afraid to talk to authority because of it, because they'll be ignored, not even with racism, with their sexuality, with abuse, sexual abuse. People are ignored, and our voices matter and they need to be heard. And I believe that the school board needs to be held accountable. They are the main ones who kind of orchestrate how things go on. And I believe there are so many matters that we can address. And for example, like adding more Black history, I believe our education is a little bit whitewashed. It has a lot of more history surrounding white people and the people that owned the slaves more than surrounding the slavery itself. And Black History Month needs to be like kind of a mandatory month to learn about these social injustices so we can change them. And I just am very honored to have you let me be on here to talk about these issues. And I believe that you will be the one that will help these injustices be addressed. And you can also help our school system create a safe space for other people, not just people of color, but also people of the LGBTQ community, as well as contributing to climate change and helping prevent that matter. So I think if you guys are really, if you guys really care about these matters, you should elect Linda, because she will be the candidate for your choice.
Much, Jessica. We really appreciate you coming in and sharing. And so Jessica and I were really looking to try and elevate some of the voices of the people that are really at the forefront of this movement. We were looking for some poetry, and so one poem that we kind of all fell on that we really, really enjoyed was And Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. And so wanting to really elevate those voices of people of color, we would like to share that poem with you all right now. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen for that one.
You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Just because I walk as if I have oil wells pumping in my living room. like moons and like suns with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high. Still I rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries. Does my sassiness upset you? Don't take it so hard just because I laugh, as if I have gold mines digging in my own backyard. You can shoot me with your words, you can cut me with your lies, you can kill me with your hatefulness, but just like life, all right. Does my sexiness offend you? Oh. Does it come as a surprise that I dance? As if I have diamonds at the meeting of my thighs. Out of the huts of history's shame I rise. Up from a past rooted in pain I rise. A black ocean leaping and wide, welling and swelling and bearing in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak miraculously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the hope and the dream of the slave. And so, there I go.
Awesome. So really,
Awesome.
Maya is sharing with us what Maya is sharing with us there is really the determination of people of color to rise above all the oppression that there is. And so in this moment, I really want us to draw upon the energy and the new focus that we have on really addressing the systemic racism that we have and really doing something meaningful about it. And so that's really what that third issue, or excuse me, that's the third issue is, right? No, second issue. So
Second issue. Yeah.
yeah. One of the things I'm going to be really pushing our superintendent to do, and I will promise to hold him accountable for doing, is really having a clear vision as to what we're going to do on that. That's going to be meaningful steps to dismantling that systemic racism. So, for example, they recently mentioned in a video that the district shared that they're going to be offering some professional development for teachers and staff, and that's a great start. I want to know, though, how are they going to sustain that effort? So once teachers and staff are trained in anti-racist procedures and pedagogy, how is that going to get implemented into every classroom? And so we really need a sustained effort, and it needs to be a clear and articulated plan that gets pushed out to all the schools. And so it really is the responsibility of our superintendent. And so as a school board, it's our job to make sure that he is doing what it is we would like to see him do. And so I'm more than willing to do that. So that's what we're talking about with that issue 3.
Awesome.
Let's hear from, oh yeah, go ahead, Avery.
No, I was just going to transition us, but just to reiterate what has been said here, we are all aware of what is going on with these senseless police brutality acts and police murders right now. And it is imperative that we take action on the local level and especially on the school local level. And from speaking with Linda this far, I can assure you that she can be a voice on that front for the board and advise them and fight for actions that will help protect and uplift students of color, especially Black students. And I just want to take a moment to note that we are white. I am white, and it is not my intention to speak on behalf of the Black community at all, but it is necessary for all of us to mobilize behind this effort in order to get anything done. So I think that Linda is aware of that as well, and we're all willing to fight on behalf of other people, but not co-opt their movement anyway. So I just wanted to put that out there. But yeah, we have some another ask of me is if this moves you and if you find that this is something you want to stand behind as well and you want to fight for racial justice in the local level, please go back to that website, press the donate button. Anything helps, even if it's just $5. All of this goes a long way, and all of your contributions are highly appreciated. So thank you for everything. Okay.
Thanks, Avery. I really appreciate you really kind of framing that for us. I do have another endorsement to share with you, and this one is from my colleague Phil Takata, who also is one who is really focused on these issues of social justice. So let's see what Phil Takata has to say about this.
My name is Phil Takata. I'm the marine science teacher at Petaluma High School, as well as the instructor of classes at the Petaluma Wildlife Museum. I was also the 2018 Petaluma City Schools Teacher of the Year. I worked side by side with Linda Judah for 6 years in the science department at PHS. She's a warrior advocate for students at our school, especially girls, students of color, and students from marginalized communities. Linda's a tireless worker, a Petaluma citizen with a deft understanding of the needs and traditions of our community, and a strong vision of the direction our town needs to go in order to best support our schools and nurture our youth. She has a heart for social justice. Linda always puts students at the center of any conversation, and she'd be a fantastic member and voice for student welfare on the Petaluma City School Board. I wholeheartedly support Linda Judah for Petaluma City School Board in the upcoming election.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah, so great guy, Phil Takata. So if Phil Takata gets you inspired, if what his message got you inspired, again, please visit our website, electlindajudah.com. Click donate, send us some funds. Those funds help us to do things like get yard signs all over town so that people know who we are. It also allows us to get little handouts for folks. The other thing that I would really love to encourage people to do if they go to our website, electlindajudah.com, is to volunteer to help us out with the campaign. So we're going to need to put those yard signs all over Petaluma. So if you would like a yard sign in your yard, let us know. Also, I need to meet as many people as possible. And with COVID-19, that's going to be difficult this year. So we really are looking for folks to step up and volunteer to host a virtual house party, you know, like a little Zoom meet, kind of like we're doing today, where I can come and meet your friends, your family, your social circles, and really get the word out about what we're trying to do. All right.
Awesome. Okay, so with that, we are going to head to our third issue, and I personally have a connection to this issue, so I hope that you all enjoy what Linda has to say about her third issue.
Awesome. Okay, so issue number 3 is inspiring our future leaders. And for me, this one's important because not only do we need to inspire our future leaders, but we need to give them the tools that they need in order to lead. And so this is something I would love to see in all of our schools. And in Petaluma, I'd say it's actually kind of a strength that we have in our schools is there is a fair amount of community involvement that is encouraged at a number of levels. I would love to see more of that, and I would love to see that be consistently done throughout, as well as really giving our students the agency to make change when they see a need. So, for example, a few years back, we had a number of our Latinx students wanted to participate in a day of walkout in protest of some of the changes that were being put in place that were going to impact dreamers and impact immigrants who are refugees who are coming in. And so a number of students wanted to participate in that. And there was a lot of kind of unease and uncertainty on the part of the district as far as whether they were going to allow that or not. And I would really like to see our district take a stance and say, look, if these students feel this strongly about these issues, let's encourage them to participate and let's do it in a way where they can do that and do it safely. And in addition to that, once they've done the marches, like Jessica has recently been doing the marches, once they do those marches, that's a great way to begin getting some public awareness. What are now the next steps? So we need to make sure students like Jessica and students like our Latinx students know, what do I do next? Now that I know I want to make some change, now that I've got people's attention, how do I do that? So really teaching them those skills they need to advocate, to be the ones who are organizing, the ones that might be running for office themselves one day. How do we get them to have those tools and to actually apply those tools to make some change? So those are some of the things I'd really like to see with our future leaders. And with that, let's listen to a testimonial from one of our future leaders. So let's go ahead and share a testimonial from one of our Petaluma High alumni, Ms. Barbara Garza.
Hi, my name is Barbara Garza, and I was a part of HOSA for 3 years at Petaluma High School. I'm fully dedicated to this organization, but I couldn't have done it without Ms. Judah. She was my advisor, and she encouraged all of our HOSA officers and members by motivating us to achieve our goals, allowing us to grow as individuals, taking on responsibilities, and getting us involved with our peers and community members. I can personally say she encouraged me through my years in HOSA by stepping out of my boundaries, practicing my communication skills, interacting with other members and leaders, as well as recognizing my strengths and weaknesses. She has always pushed our leaders and members to their fullest potential and seen the best in us, and will make a positive impact being a part of the school board.
Right. So Barbara,
Beautiful.
who you see, she and I there, that's us in Washington, D.C. So I had one of the great privileges of being the advisor for our HOSA chapter, as she mentioned, which is our, it's a career and technical ed student leadership organization that is aimed at inspiring and guiding our future health professionals. And so being involved in programs like that, I think are really amazing because it allows us to give our students all kinds of opportunities that they wouldn't otherwise get. And so I would love to see, again, more of that kind of activity for our students available for them. So.
Awesome. So if you're inspired by Barbara's message and by Linda's message as well, you know, if you have people you know that are young and are looking to be future leaders or are currently leaders in their community, just know that this campaign prioritizes that as well. And if you're inspired by that and you feel motivated, again, head on over to the website. You know what to do at this point. So we are going to head on to our last
website again.
That would be electlindajudah.com, and you'll see a little get involved button. Click that button and sign up for whatever you're able for. So with that being said, we are going to head to our final issue number 4. And I think that Linda definitely has a very solid understanding of what this issue means to the community, because it involves the community so directly. So I'll take it. You can take it from there, Linda.
Great. So yeah, issue number 4 is supporting our community. And so with this one, what I'm thinking about here is I would like to make sure that our schools are holding in the forefront of their minds that schools are a public good and a public service. And so educating students absolutely is an important part of what we do, but also really caring for those students and caring for our families is also a really big part of what we do. So what does that mean? So for example, currently with the COVID-19, one of the things that we're hearing a lot about is all these plans for the fall and what's going to happen in the fall. And much of the videos that have been put out by our district have focused on how are we going to deliver curriculum. And that's an important aspect, but one of the things that I would love to see our district focus also, and more importantly, is really how are we going to support these students and their families through this current crisis. So our students, I saw firsthand as a teacher when we went to distance learning in the spring, there was a lot of students who were facing a lot of anxieties. Home isn't a safe place for everyone. And so being home in places that perhaps weren't safe was very stressful. A lot of students had families that were facing job losses. They were losing family members, people getting sick, worry about whether they were going to get sick or their family members were going to lose jobs. all of these things were weighing really heavily, not only on students, but also on parents and on teachers. And so as we start talking about how are we going to go back in the fall and what's that going to look like, we really need to be thinking about how are we going to support not only students, but our teachers, our staff, our families, as we try to move forward in these critical kind of spaces, and how are we going to support everyone's mental and emotional health as well. And so I would, as a school board member, want to really press our district to center and question, what is it that our families need? What is it that our community really needs? What support are they going to need in order to be able to, you know, get through this in a way that is healthy for everyone? And so those are the kinds of issues that I feel really strongly about. And so I would love to see more of the thought process be based on how do we create a community, a supportive community, both with our schools and within the whole Petaluma community. So that's really what that fourth issue is about.
Awesome.
And I believe we have one more endorsement, and this one is from a friend of mine who is also and works as a nurse in some of our schools. And so she's got some insights into health as well. So let's hear from Miss Genevieve.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Genoveva. Conocí y trabajé a Linda Ayuda durante 4 años en mi papel de enfermera de la preparatoria Petaluma. Apoyo a Linda para la Junta Escolar debido a su dedicación y compromiso para guiar a nuestros futuros profesionales en la salud. Únese a mí para apoyar a Linda Ayuda para la Junta Escolar. Y mientras, por favor, cuídense, cuida a su familia, lava sus manos durante el día muchas veces, lava la cara también, usa las máscaras en la cara y tenga la distancia que tenemos que tener. Muchísimas gracias por escucharme.
All right. There's Gigi. A plug for me and a plug for everybody behaving themselves during COVID. Love
That's
it.
very true. Yeah, this crisis has impacted so many levels of our community, in essence, all of our community, and on many different in many different aspects of our life. And it is imperative now that we address those issues and see what it's exposing about our community. And I think that Linda has a very strong sense of what that means. And, you know, as a mother, as a past teacher, she understands like how the different layers of community interact. And so I am fully confident that she will be able to represent those perspectives and make sure that, especially right now, she's fighting for all of our community so that we're all safe. And then after this crisis, I am confident that she will also take the lessons that we've learned from this period and apply that to the future. So you're making an investment by voting for and by supporting this campaign. So thank you again for those of you who have supported already. If you have not, head over to electlindajudah.com, electlindajudah.com. I always say it so quickly. And you know what to do once you're there. So, you know, make sure you show your support if any of these messages have resonated with you. So I'm going to pass it back to Linda for potentially a nice surprise at the end of this. Awesome.
Yeah, so right now I'm just checking to see if we've had any traffic over there at that website, and we'll take a look and see if we've got some new donations or we have some new forms submitted, and we'll take a look and see if we can get some of these really awesome t-shirts out to some folks and see who we can give a t-shirt to. So we would love to get them out to a bunch of you if we can, because that would really allow us to get the word out about our campaign. So let's take a look and see how we're doing here. So there's been some traffic to our site. And I'm looking to see if we've gotten some donations yet today. So let's see here how we're doing. Okay, so we have a few names. to draw from. So Avery, tell us again about that website again while I quickly throw those names into a hat.
Yes. Okay. So this said website is electlindajudah.com. And once you get there, you'll see 3 options in these kind of like 3 blocks on the lower side of the screen. Click on the click on the left box, and that'll take you to a form that you can fill out, a donation page. You can register to vote. All the good stuff is right there. Make sure that you go and head to that website. If you are not able to get involved or donate at this moment, I know everybody is coming from very different perspectives, very different times in their day, in their life. So whatever you are able to give, we are extremely appreciative. I think that if you are able to give or get involved later on in a couple days, in a month, just, you know, give whatever you can. We're so grateful for everything. Electlindajudah.com. You can write it down, bookmark the page. You know, you can go there multiple times a day. We don't mind, you know, whatever you're able to do. Awesome. So do you have some names to draw yet?
A couple of names. So I've got Esther and Sam. You two are going to be getting some t-shirts. We're going to get those out to you. So thank you so much. And then
Thank you both.
Yeah, we've got more. So I'm just going to let people know that, again, please continue to go check out our website, get involved in this campaign. Again, those donations allow us to do things like get those yard signs up so that people can see us and know who they are. That also helps us to get our statement of what it is that we're hoping to do into the voter guides that get mailed out to everyone. So that costs a little bit of money to do too. So we need help paying for that. So all of these things allow us to keep this campaign going and get those issues that are important to me, that are important to us, taken care of. So so please do that.
Yes. Definitely.
All right.
And
so,
if you are,
go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, if you're a young person or like my age, I'm a rising freshman in college, but if you are a student listening to this and you're wanting to get involved in politics, I know that for me, like I find it very frustrating to sit back and watch. I need to be involved always. So if you feel the need to get involved in politics, you feel like it's your responsibility, even if you can't vote, getting involved with campaigns is an excellent way to be civically engaged. So if you resonate with what I just said, also head to the website, fill out that form, just mention that like you're willing to, you know, get involved with the campaign, whether that's volunteering or whatever it is. We're happy to take whoever is interested in, and I would be happy to work with anyone who wants to get involved in politics. I've had like minimal experience as a high school, college student, but I am willing to work with anyone who is interested. So let me know, you know, you can reach out on the website, but everyone's welcome.
Great. Thanks so much, Avery. And I'd like to, as we're kind of drawing to a close here, I want to thank once again our wonderful interpreter, Jennifer Jacobs. So thank you so much, Jennifer, for making sure that our presentation is accessible to as many of our Petaluma community as possible. I also want to thank very much Jessica for coming in and being with us today on this live stream to share that youth perspective. I want to thank my campaign manager, Avery, for helping me out with this campaign. She's always pushing me to be a better candidate, and I really appreciate that, and for all your help with the live stream. And I also want to thank all of our endorsements. So for Dennis and Phil and Rosa and Barbara and everybody who submitted stuff, it really was, Gigi, thank you. It was really awesome to hear your voices, and all those folks really took the time to do those recordings ahead of time, which made it possible for me to, you know, get those all edited up and together. So I really appreciate that support. That really helps us put this all together. So thank you so much to everyone for that. So again, I guess we'll just wrap up with one more time. That website is electlindajudah.com. So please go there now, go there, hit the get involved link. You can take a look and see what sorts of things. We definitely want to get people volunteering to help out with hosting house parties. Those are virtual house parties, right? We want to be COVID safe. So we want to have you set up the meeting, invite your friends, your neighbors, your social circles, so that they can meet me and I can meet as many Petalumans as possible. Because really getting my message out getting my name out is how we're going to win this race. So if we can get volunteers to do that. Later on down the road in September, October, we'll also have some opportunities to go out and be a show of support out on the street in Petaluma. We'll probably be out on some corners some days during busy commute times, holding up some signs. So if you want to get involved in that way, you know, socially distanced, of course, with our masks on, that should be a lot of fun. So if you want to get some outdoor time and some fresh air and exercise, you can volunteer to join us with that. But yeah, definitely get involved in whatever way that you're able to, and share, right? Share our campaign, our information with your social circles.
Awesome. Thank you to everyone listening. We appreciate all of you.
Thanks for everybody, and sorry about the technical difficulties. We're doing our best with the tools that we've got, and so hopefully you were able to find our event today and see this, and we'll make sure that everybody knows where to find it if you missed it. And again, thanks to everybody. Thanks everyone for your interest.
Thank you all.